This is a list of the top 10 freshmen in college basketball made before the season started. Now, all things considered, not a bad Andy Katz list. He's had far worse ones, and this freshman class, absolutely stacked, so it's hard to go wrong. But if you made this list today, here's 3 guys I think have to be on it. First up is Illinois' Lithuanian freshman Kaspars Jackus. You see the numbers right there, 16, 5, and 5, shooting almost 50% from the field, over 40% from 3. He has been a true offensive engine for Illinois this season. And the Illini experienced a ton of turnover in the offseason, losing key offensive pieces like Marcus Damask, Terrence Shannon Jr., but they've stayed one of the elite offenses in college basketball because this kid is the goods. Given his offensive value, his playmaking chops, his insane feel for the game, I think he's basically a lock to go top 10 in the NBA draft and wouldn't be surprised to see him go top 5. For my next guy that should be on the top 10 freshman list, I'm going Jeremiah Fears out of Oklahoma. Now, he is coming off his worst game of the season against Georgia, and Oklahoma's dropped 3 straight games to open SEC play, but I really don't think that's enough to keep him off the list. He was such a big reason why Oklahoma opened the season 13-0, and I've often said that one of the best things you can have in college basketball is a star freshman who does not play like a freshman, and that definitely applies to Jeremiah Fears. He's an absolute bucket, averaging almost 17 points a game this season. We saw it against Michigan, game-winning 4-point play, dropped 30 points against a top 25 team. Such a gifted scorer. He's got all the confidence in the world. I think he's very legit, and he's been a top 10 freshman this year. For my third pick of who should be on the top 10 freshman list, I'm going with Thomas Sorber, the freshman big from Georgetown. The Hoyas have been significantly better this season than they were last season, and a big reason why is Thomas Sorber's immediate impact down low. You see the numbers there, 14 points, 8 rebounds a game, but even just watching a Georgetown game, his impact is so clear, and the difference in how Georgetown plays when he's on the floor versus off the floor is very apparent. A lot of the analytics sites will back that up. They'll name Sorber as Georgetown's most impactful player this season, even ahead of a guy like Micah Peavy, who's been fantastic. Sorber's another guy with great feel for the game. He's been so impactful as a freshman, and he's really developed over the course of the season, learning how to be more physical, learning how to use his size to his advantage, and that's really going to help him in Big East play. But as things stand, he's been a top 10 freshman in the country. Again, really not a bad preseason list from Andy Katz, but I think if you were making this top 10 freshman list today, Kaspars Jackus, Jeremiah Fears, and Thomas Sorber should be on the list.